Ladies and gentlemen, there's a truth carved in the stone of greatness. Success isn't born, it's built. It's a mindset, a way of living, an unwavering belief in your purpose. To act like a winner and think like a champion, you must first become one within. Let us journey into this transformation together. Confidence is not just something you wear, it's the essence of how you move through life. It's not about arrogance or pretending to be something you're not. It's about owning who you are and where you're headed. When you walk into a room, let your presence speak before you do. Let your head be high, not out of pride, but out of assurance that you have a right to be there, to be heard, to take up space. The way you carry yourself tells the world how to treat you. And more importantly, it tells you how to treat yourself. There's a power in standing tall, even when the weight of the world tries to push you down. There's strength in the way you hold your gaze, the steadiness in your voice, and the purpose in your stride. These are not just habits, they are declarations. They say, I belong here. I am ready. I will not be overlooked or underestimated. Confidence doesn't come from having all the answers or never making mistakes. It comes from knowing that, no matter what happens, you'll figure it out. It's a quiet certainty, a calm beneath the surface, even in the face of chaos. And when you project that, people notice. Doors open. Opportunities find their way to you. It's as if the universe responds to the belief you carry within yourself. So start with the little things. The way you dress, the way you speak, even the way you breathe, let these reflect a sense of purpose. Over time, these small choices build a fortress of belief, brick by brick. And one day you'll realize that you don't just act confident, you are confident. That's the moment the world starts treating you like the winner you already are inside. Failure is not the enemy, it is the mentor. It's the kind of teacher that shows up uninvited, leaves a mess behind, and forces you to clean it up. But in that mess, there's wisdom to be found. When things don't go as planned, you have two choices: sit in the rubble and feel sorry for yourself, or sift through the ruins and find the lesson hidden there. The truth is, failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of it. Each stumble, each misstep, carves a path forward, but only if you're willing to see it that way. Failure strips away the illusions, the shortcuts, the half-hearted efforts, and lays bare what really matters. It asks you tough questions. How badly do you want this? Are you willing to adapt, to grow, to face the discomfort that comes with real change? The champions of this world aren't the ones who never fail, they're the ones who don't let failure define them. They don't see it as a dead end, but as a detour, sometimes frustrating, often humbling, but always necessary. They gather the broken pieces and build something stronger, something better. Each scar they carry isn't a sign of defeat. It's a badge of experience, a story of perseverance. When you fail, it's easy to let the doubts creep in, to hear the whispers that say, maybe this isn't for you, but in those moments, remember this failure isn't a signal to stop, it's an invitation to begin again, wiser and more prepared. Success is not about avoiding failure, it's about rising each time you fall. And the more times you rise, the stronger you become. That's how greatness is forged, one lesson at a time. When you dream, dream without limits. Don't confine yourself to what seems possible or reasonable. Greatness isn't born from small ambitions, it's sparked by the big, audacious dreams that make others stop and wonder, how could anyone achieve that? But here's the truth, if you don't dream big enough, you're already setting up walls before the race even begins. To act boldly is to make those walls crumble with every step you take toward your goal. Dreams are the foundation, but it's action that turns them into reality. Thinking big isn't enough, you must act on it. Bold action is what separates those who wish from those who do. The world might not understand why you're pursuing something that seems impossible, and that's okay. It's not their dream to chase, it's yours. But in taking those bold steps, you'll find that the world has a way of aligning itself with those who are serious enough to move. You don't need to have everything figured out to take the first step. The courage to move, even when the path ahead isn't fully clear, is what creates momentum. When you act boldly, you send a message to the universe that you are not waiting for permission, that you are not afraid of failure or judgment. You are committed to your vision, even when no one else sees what you see. The road will not always be easy. There will be moments when the obstacles seem insurmountable, but it is in those moments of challenge that you must press forward with even greater force. Boldness is not the absence of fear, it is the will to move forward in spite of it. It's about choosing to stand tall when others would shrink, choosing to step into the unknown when others would hesitate. So dare to think big and act boldly. Set your sights high and never apologize for your ambition. When you combine a grand vision with decisive action, you are unstoppable. Keep your eyes on that horizon and let nothing pull you off course. Success comes not to those who wait, but to those who step up and chase their dreams with relentless courage. There's a delicate balance between hunger and humility. It's not enough to simply want more, it's about wanting more with the understanding that you're always growing, always learning. Hunger is the fire that pushes you to rise early, to stay late, to never settle for the status quo. But humility is the anchor that keeps you grounded when success arrives. It's the understanding that no matter how much you achieve, there's always more to learn, always more to become. When you stay hungry, it means you're never satisfied. You're not looking for comfort, you're looking for growth. The best version of yourself is always a little further ahead, and you'll chase it every day. Hunger drives you to step outside your comfort zone and face the unknown with a determination that doesn't fade. It doesn't allow you to rest on your laurels or get complacent. That drive is what takes you from one victory to the next, always pushing you further, always striving for excellence. But with hunger comes the necessity for humility. Humility doesn't mean you belittle yourself or shrink from your achievements. It means you acknowledge that the journey is bigger than you. No matter how high you rise, remember that someone paved the way before you, and someone will come after you. Success doesn't happen in isolation, it's built on the collective efforts of those who believed in something bigger than themselves. Humility keeps you open to learning, to growing, and to helping others along the way. You see, hunger can lead to greatness, but only when it's tempered with humility. The person who stays hungry but forgets where they came from risks losing the very thing that made them great: the drive to keep improving and the wisdom to respect the journey. When you keep your hunger alive, but you wear it with humility, you create a powerful combination that propels you forward without losing sight of what truly matters. There's power in being both relentless and humble. The hunger keeps you sharp, keeps you striving, while the humility reminds you that no matter how high you rise, there's always more to learn and more people to uplift. So stay hungry, stay humble, and watch how far you can go. Positivity is a force that radiates from the inside out. It's not about putting on a mask of optimism when the world feels heavy, or pretending everything is fine when it's not. True positivity is about finding strength in the face of adversity, about choosing to look for the light, even when the darkness feels overwhelming. Life will throw challenges your way, it's inevitable. But how you respond to those challenges, the attitude you choose to carry, is what makes all the difference. When you choose positivity, you're not denying the struggles or ignoring the pain. You're simply choosing to believe that there's a way through it, that every setback is just a setup for a comeback. It's about looking beyond the immediate hardship and seeing the opportunity for growth, even in the toughest moments. Positive people don't see obstacles, they see the lessons embedded in those obstacles, the wisdom that's hidden beneath the surface. There will always be naysayers, doubters, and those who will tell you that you can't or you shouldn't. The world will try to pull you down to its level of negativity, but you must choose to rise above it. You must protect your mindset like a treasure, because what you feed your mind determines how you navigate the world. If you constantly let negativity seep in, it will taint your actions, your words, and your spirit. But if you choose to focus on the good, even in the bad, you will find that positivity becomes a lens through which everything is viewed. Positivity doesn't mean you're always smiling, or that you never experience moments of doubt. It means you have an unshakable belief that no matter how tough it gets, you will keep moving forward. It's about choosing to focus on the things you can control and letting go of the things you can't. It's a conscious decision to keep your heart light and your spirit unbroken, no matter the weight of the world. In the face of uncertainty, positivity is your anchor. It's your reminder that you are capable, that this moment doesn't define you, and that better days are ahead. It's about embracing the challenges with the belief that you can, and you will overcome them. Because when you cultivate positivity, you're not just changing your perspective, you're changing your life. The people you surround yourself with are not just companions, they are the mirrors reflecting your values, your mindset, and your potential. You cannot rise higher than the people you choose to be around. Look closely at the ones who walk beside you. Do they challenge you? Do they inspire you? Or do they bring you down, leaving you stagnant in their own limitations? The truth is, you become the sum of the voices that surround you. So, choose wisely. Greatness isn't achieved in isolation. You need those who will push you, hold you accountable, and believe in your vision even when you falter. These are the people who see the best in you, even when you can't see it in yourself. They don't just cheer you on from the sidelines, they stand beside you in the trenches, lifting you up when the weight of the journey threatens to break you. These are the people who will offer you wisdom when you're lost, and who will celebrate your victories, big or small, without jealousy or hesitation. But not everyone who claims to be close to you is meant to stay in your life. Sometimes we hold on to people because of history, because of loyalty, or because they've always been there. But if they no longer support your growth, if their negativity starts seeping into your spirit, it's time to let go. It's not about turning your back, it's about choosing to protect your peace, your progress, and your purpose. You must learn to recognize when someone is holding you back and make the brave decision to move forward, even if it means walking alone for a while. The greatest achievers in history didn't get there by surrounding themselves with people who were content to sit still. They sought out those who were hungry for more, who dreamed bigger, who saw the world not as it is, but as it could be. You need those people who will stretch your mind, who will challenge your limits, and who will ignite your passion when you begin to doubt yourself. Surrounding yourself with greatness is not about competition, it's about elevation. When you surround yourself with those who aspire to be better, you too will rise to meet that standard. The energy they bring, the drive they carry, will push you to a level you never thought possible. They'll inspire you to do more, to be more, to believe in what's possible for your life. And as you grow, you'll become that same force for others, creating a cycle of growth and greatness that lifts everyone around you. So choose your circle with care. Invest in relationships that inspire and challenge you. Don't settle for people who only reflect your comfort zone. Surround yourself with those who will help you stretch into your highest potential. The right people will not only see your vision, they will help you make it a reality. Motivation is fleeting. It's like the spark that lights the fire, but it's the discipline that keeps the flame burning. Motivation can get you excited to begin the journey, but it's discipline that ensures you don't quit when the excitement fades, when the initial rush of enthusiasm starts to wane, and when the road gets tough. Discipline is what you lean on when the world is telling you to stop, when the obstacles pile up, and when the distractions tempt you to give up. It's the quiet strength that keeps you moving, even when you don't feel like it. You see, motivation is a feeling, and feelings are unreliable. One day you feel like you can conquer the world, and the next day you're overwhelmed by the smallest tasks. But discipline is a decision. It's a commitment to show up every single day, regardless of how you feel, regardless of the challenges that come your way. Discipline doesn't wait for the perfect conditions, it works within them, finding a way to keep moving forward even when the path isn't clear. Building discipline means setting habits that support your goals. It's not just about willpower, it's about creating an environment that makes it easier to succeed. It's the small things you do every day, the routines, the consistency, the work put in when no one is watching that add up over time. And these habits become the foundation on which your success is built. It's like laying brick after brick, knowing that each small action is contributing to something much bigger than the moment. Discipline also means being honest with yourself. It's about doing the work even when no one else is there to see it, even when the reward feels distant, and even when the odds seem stacked against you. It's the quiet promise you make to yourself that you will keep going, no matter what. The beauty of discipline is that it doesn't require perfection, just progress. It's about taking one step forward even when you don't feel like it, and trusting that these small steps will eventually lead you to the place you've been working toward. There will be days when motivation is nowhere to be found, when the desire to push forward feels absent. But it is on those days, especially, that discipline is your greatest ally. It is the force that keeps you anchored when everything else is in chaos. It reminds you that success isn't built on moments of inspiration, but on moments of persistence, when you push through, when you keep moving, even when it's the hardest thing to do. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's the difference between wishing and achieving, between hoping and acting. When motivation fades, discipline remains, and it's that unshakable commitment to consistency that leads to the long-term success you desire. So when the motivation doesn't come knocking, don't wait for it. Let your discipline be the engine that keeps you moving toward your goals. You cannot let fear dictate your choices. Fear will always be there, lurking in the background, whispering doubts into your mind. It will tell you that you're not ready, that you're not enough, that failure is just around the corner. But if you listen to that voice, if you allow fear to control your actions, you will be stuck in the same place, never moving forward, never reaching the heights you're capable of. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to act in spite of it. When you face your fears head on, you take away their power. You realize that most of what you fear is not real, that it's simply a product of your mind, a story you've told yourself over and over again. Fear thrives on the unknown, on the uncertainty of what lies ahead. But once you take that first step into the unknown, you begin to see that the thing you feared wasn't as terrifying as it seemed. The more you push through fear, the smaller it becomes, until it no longer holds any power over you. Courage is not about being fearless, it's about moving forward even when the fear is present. It's about taking that leap of faith, trusting that you have what it takes to handle whatever comes your way. Every time you act in spite of fear, you build confidence. You prove to yourself that you are stronger than any obstacle, that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. It's a muscle. And the more you exercise it, the more it grows, until you can face any challenge with the assurance that you will find a way through. Don't let fear keep you from your dreams. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of rejection, these are all just temporary feelings that lose their grip once you confront them. When you decide that you will not be held back by what scares you, you unlock a power within you that is unstoppable. You begin to act with a freedom that comes from knowing that the worst that could happen is not the end of the world, but simply another lesson on the road to success. The most successful people are not the ones who never feel fear, they are the ones who know how to move forward anyway. Fear is a natural part of life, but it doesn't have to control you. So when that voice of fear creeps in, recognize it for what it is, a challenge, a test of your resolve, and then keep moving forward. Because with every step you take, you prove to yourself and the world that nothing is stronger than your will to succeed. The key to lasting success lies in your ability to stay consistent, especially when the going gets tough. It's easy to stay committed when things are going well, when everything seems to be falling into place. But true champions are made during the moments when nothing is going right, when every step forward feels like 2 steps back. It's in those moments when you feel the weight of the world bearing down on you that consistency becomes your most powerful tool. Consistency isn't about doing something perfectly every day, it's about showing up every day, no matter what. It's about making the commitment to yourself that you will continue to move toward your goals, no matter the obstacles, no matter the setbacks. You may not see immediate results, but that doesn't mean you're not making progress. The small actions, the seemingly insignificant steps, add up over time. Each day you show up, you are planting seeds for a future you can't yet see, but one that is slowly being nurtured by your consistent effort. It's tempting to look for shortcuts, for the quick fix that promises instant success. But real, lasting success is never achieved overnight. It's the result of persistent, determined effort that compounds over time. The greatest accomplishments aren't those that happen in bursts of excitement, they are the ones built over years of quiet, steady work. And those who are able to stay consistent, even when they're not seeing immediate results, are the ones who will ultimately reach their goals. But consistency requires patience. It requires the ability to keep moving forward when the path ahead is unclear, when the destination seems so far away. It's about trusting the process even when you can't see the finish line. It's knowing that every action, every small step is contributing to the larger picture. Patience and consistency go hand in hand, because without patience, consistency becomes impossible. You have to trust that your efforts will pay off in time, even when it feels like nothing is happening. The journey to success is rarely a straight line. There will be times when you feel like giving up, when the obstacles seem insurmountable and when progress feels impossible. But it's during those times that consistency will carry you through. When you've made it a habit to show up every day, even when you don't feel like it, you build a resilience that makes you unstoppable. It's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent, day in and day out. In the end, success isn't determined by one big breakthrough, it's determined by the small, consistent efforts that you make every single day. When you commit to showing up, no matter the circumstances, you will find that the results eventually come. And when they do, you'll realize that it wasn't the grand moments that brought you success, but the quiet, determined consistency that kept you moving forward, one day at a time. Life doesn't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect time to start, to change, to make a move, it doesn't exist. We often find ourselves waiting for the stars to align, for the conditions to be just right. But the truth is, nothing will ever be perfect. There will always be something that seems to be in the way, some obstacle or challenge that makes us hesitate. But success, growth, and achievement come not from waiting for the right time, but from creating it. The most successful people in history didn't wait for the world to give them permission to act. They created opportunities by taking risks, by making bold decisions in the face of uncertainty. They didn't let fear, doubt, or external circumstances stop them. They understood that waiting for the perfect moment would mean waiting forever, and so they made their moment happen. If you wait for everything to be in place before you act, you'll find that you're always stuck on the starting line, forever waiting for the green light. But there's a power in taking action, even when things aren't ideal. The act of doing something, anything, creates momentum. It's the small steps that get the ball rolling, that begin to move you toward your goals, even when you can't see the full picture. The more you move, the more you learn, the more you grow. And every action, no matter how small, takes you closer to where you want to be. When you act now, you embrace the uncertainty. You acknowledge that you don't have all the answers, and that's okay. It's not about having a perfect plan, it's about being willing to adjust, to adapt, and to keep moving forward despite the obstacles. Action teaches you more than preparation ever could. You'll make mistakes, you'll stumble, but those experiences will be your greatest teachers. They will show you what works, what doesn't, and how you can do better next time. Every day you wait is a day lost, a day that could have been used to get you closer to your goals. Time doesn't stand still, and it doesn't wait for you to catch up. If you want something, you have to take the first step. It might not be perfect, it might not be easy, but it will be the beginning of something. And that is more than enough. You see, the act of starting is a declaration to the world and to yourself that you're ready, that you're committed, and that you won't let anything stand in your way. So stop waiting for the perfect moment, because it will never come. Take action now. You have everything you need within you to begin to push forward and to build the future you want. The perfect time is now. Act like a winner, think like a champion, and watch how the universe aligns with your purpose. The world is watching. Are you ready to rise to the occasion?